Chapter 186, Karma, has the official Japan national football team 2022 uniform by Adidas as color page and starts with a small summary, how a chance was created with Metavision but got intercepted by Kaiser and turned into an illusion. The announcer said with Isagi's shot, a super jump volley and Kunigami's super goal, Bastard München turned the game around. Isagi is still upset for not scoring a goal. He thought that the theory he saw to score a goal wasn't wrong, but Kaiser saw the same thing, so when he interrupted him, Isagi had no choice but to force the shot. It was snatched away by Kunigami, who jumped in reflexively ahead of the misaligned trajectory, and like I predicted in the last chapter review video, Isagi got robbed by Kaiser and also Kunigami, who interfered his shot to their own advantage. Although Isagi hasn't scored, he has proven that he's able to actually create chances by himself now, which is a huge development. We then see a frustrated Isagi who says that this wasn't good enough and that he needs to score, and he then says to himself to keep his cool. Metavision itself is definitely an excellent ability where he has to use his eyes and soccer intelligence like he learned from Kaiser, but there are also other pros who are able to use it. Especially if they are midfielder or playmaker, they can see the field in the same way. So guys, this is a very important information we got, because it now got officially confirmed, like I said as well in my latest video, that the Metavision is a technique which especially skilled pros are able to use. So you can kinda compare the Metavision to like Haki in One Piece, which is a technique for elite players. So there could be the possibility that Noel, for example, is the greatest footballer because he has the greatest Metavision. Isagi also gives us a hint that especially playmakers and midfielders are able to use it, and this is another hint that Isagi might become the greatest cam in the future and not number 9. Isagi also realized that he suddenly feels tired and that the Metavision consumes a tremendous amount of physical and mental energy, and it's true that any machine can break down if it's running on full specs all the time. So players like Kaiser, Sai, Noel got a huge amount of stamina, which allows them to use Metavision more continuously than other players. Isagi had always been struggling with his stamina, and it doesn't matter if it was physical or now mentally stamina, so he will definitely need to improve his stamina on both stages to become world class in my opinion. Which he will maybe. The focus then changes from Isagi to Ryo, who is looking at Isagi from the other side of the field, and he thought that Isagi's playstyle is clearly different from the early game and that Isagi found something during the match and is evolving at an accelerated rate. Ryo told himself not to make an unreasonable comparison because he is Ryo and Isagi is Isagi, and he just sticks to his own way of fighting and surviving in the new Eagles League. To begin with, there are 2 rules in Menchancy. First, they have a lineup centered on Nagi, and they assemble to get the ball to Nagi and encourage him to be a playmaker and create ideas, and second is, if there's a chance, try to score a goal by yourself. Ryo thinks now that he wants to score as well, and he promised himself to never ever be the one again who doesn't get picked. We also see a flashback of Nagi making fun of Ryo and how he's a pain in the ass and that Nagi wants to play with Isagi. And Ryo thought that he was over those feelings, but he also told himself that he's not the guy who can play football without Nagi anymore. He never thought that he would win the World Cup in the first place, and it started out as a dream on his own, and it was his fault that he let Nagi come along and impose his ideals on him. Wow, what a great friend Ryo is once again for Nagi. Ryo is also now frustrated with himself and knows that he needs to change and that it isn't Nagi's fault. He wants to fight alone and evolve by his own. But right at the moment when Ryo made his mind, Nagi called out Ryo out of the blue. Nagi's panicking because of how much Isagi has evolved in this match and asks Ryo for help to be able to beat him. But Ryo isn't interested in playing together with Nagi anymore and tells Nagi that he needs to stop crying because things aren't going well. Nagi then admits that playing football was more fun when he was playing with Ryo and literally begs him now for help. A decision must be made and Ryo's answer will be revealed in the next chapter called Crossroads. So, pretty cool chapter, and we officially got the confirmation of the technique Metavision, which is not a self-created technique by Kaiser or Isagi. It's actually a meta technique that every player is able to use once they reach a specific kind of pro level. Playmakers and midfielders are normally better Metavision users than others, which makes sense in my opinion as they have to be more creative than players in other positions. And I'm wondering how defenders with a high game intelligence, like for example EK Nico, will make use of the Metavision. Although Nagi has been a dick to Ryo in the past, I'm sure that Ryo will agree to help Nagi. I mean, we had already seen in the spin-off how good the chemistry between them is, and Nagi has had a terrible game so far without Ryo's help, so Ryo will be the trigger to bring Nagi back in the game. So yeah, what do you think about the current chapter? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, stay safe and have a nice day.